Have you ever had this experience? When you step into that solemn and majestic temple with a devout heart, intending to pour out your feelings before the Buddha and seek spiritual solace, you find yourself as if lost in a fog, completely unsure of where to begin this sacred journey of worship. Have you ever entered the main hall, hurriedly knelt down to pay respects without even knowing which Buddha statue you were facing, your heart filled with confusion? Perhaps you've seen other devotees in the temple performing their rituals in an orderly, reverent manner, while you felt at a loss, anxiously worrying that a single misstep might offend the Dharma and lead to accusations of disrespect. Or maybe you've always held the belief that sincerity alone is enough, thinking that worshiping the Buddha doesn't require attention to complicated rituals and procedures. However, those who truly understand the profound meaning of worship know that bowing to the Buddha is far more than a simple physical gesture. If every act of worship perfect and meaningful, then you must pay close attention to what follows. Next, we will guide you step by step, explaining in detail the 10 correct procedures for worshiping in a temple, from start to finish, and delving into the profound meanings behind each step. This way, you will never again feel lost before the Buddha, nor will you miss any precious opportunity to connect with the Dharma. From the moment you step through the temple gate until your final departure, we will ensure that you practice with propriety and reverence, transforming your worship into a true spiritual practice, rather than a hurried, superficial visit. Don't naively believe that worshiping and paying respects to the Buddha is as simple as burning a few sticks of incense, bowing a few times, and then leaving after a quick walk around. A true practitioner should carry awareness and reverence in every gesture, be it a glance, a word, or a step. Now, let us begin with the first step and slowly walk through the gate that leads to inner tranquility and wisdom, the monastery. When you arrive at the entrance of a temple, the first structure that catches your eye is often called the mountain gate. The mountain gate is not merely an ordinary entrance for people to pass through. It holds profound symbolic meaning, representing the boundary between the mundane world and the realm of the Dharma. Once you step through this gate, it is as if you are temporarily bidding farewell to the secular world, preparing to enter a space of serene practice. Therefore, as the first step, before entering the mountain gate, gently place your palms together in front of your chest, slightly lower your head, close your eyes, and allow your heart to gradually calm. Then, devoutly and silently recite in your mind, "I now enter this serene and blessed land, vowing to cease all evil and cultivate all good." After this, enter slowly through one of the side gates. It is essential to remember never to walk through the central gate. In the rules of a monastery, the central gate is reserved specifically for the Buddha, the abbot, and distinguished guests. If you unintentionally enter or exit through the central gate, it is not only due to ignorance, but also a sign of disrespect toward the Dharma and the sacred space, which is highly inappropriate. Once inside the temple, you will see many exquisitely arranged halls, resembling radiant pearls, emanating an aura of mystery and solemnity. Many people, upon seeing the Buddha statue, feel an immediate surge of devotion and are eager to kneel and bow. However, the second step you should take is to pay respects to the 3 jewels of the mountain gate. Many large monasteries enshrine Dharma-protecting deities like the heavenly kings or Vajra guardians at the mountain gate. They are like mighty divine generals guarding the Dharma, protecting this serene land day and night, warding off all evil and disturbances. When entering or exiting the temple gate, we should first place our palms together, slightly bow, and greet them with a humble and reverent posture. This gesture signifies that we have come here with a heart of goodwill, seeking the teachings and guidance of the Dharma. At this point, do not immediately kneel and bow. Instead, simply place your palms together, lower your head, and silently recite in your mind, "Disciple, your name, has come to pay respects to the Buddha. May I receive protection and overcome obstacles." This seemingly simple action is, in fact, imbued with the etiquette and wisdom of practice, ensuring that your journey begins on the right path. The third step is the purification of body and mind. Before entering the main hall of the temple, be sure to pause and carefully cleanse your hands, as if washing away all the dust and impurities accumulated from the worldly environment. If the temple has an incense burner or provides purified water, you may approach it and gently take a small amount into your palms. Then, use this water, imbued with purifying significance, to gently wipe your face. This gesture symbolizes the cleansing of both body and mind, as if removing the inner afflictions and burdens, allowing us to approach the Dharma with a pure state of being. If the temple does not have purified water, it is not a problem. You can visualize in your mind, imagining yourself using a handful of clear, pure water to slowly wash away the intangible defilements of ignorance. At the same time, silently recite in your heart, "With this pure water, I wash away the defilements of ignorance. May my body, speech, and mind be purified as I enter the realm of the Buddha." This form of visualization is what is known in Vajrayana Buddhism as silent contemplation. Through this practice, your mind can settle and become tranquil before entering the main hall, free from restlessness and agitation. The fourth step is approaching the Buddha with right understanding. Many people, upon entering the main hall and witnessing the majestic and dignified presence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, are immediately overwhelmed with a sense of reverence and hastily prostrate, often without even knowing which Buddha they are paying homage to. In reality, this is merely a superstitious act and not true faith. As disciples of the Buddha, we should have some understanding of the Buddha enshrined in the main hall, whether it is the compassionate Shakyamuni Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, who vows to guide sentient beings to the Pure Land, or the medicine Buddha, who heals the physical and mental sufferings of beings. Each Buddha possesses different vows and focuses in their practice. Only when we have a deeper understanding of the Buddha we are paying homage to can we genuinely connect with them in our hearts. For example, when paying homage to Ksitigarbha Bodhisattva, one can make a vow in the heart to liberate the deceased and cultivate compassion. When paying homage to Guanyin Bodhisattva, one can aspire to learn the spirit of compassion and patience. When paying homage to Manjushri Bodhisattva, one can pray for the awakening of wisdom. Only by paying homage in such a targeted manner does it become true reverence, and only then can it evoke a genuine response within our hearts. Step 5. Making offerings with incense in a reverent manner. Many people are completely unaware of the sacredness of the act when burning incense. They handle it carelessly, even talking loudly while doing so, without the slightest trace of reverence. It is important to understand that burning incense serves as a vital bridge for communication with the Buddha, carrying our vows and aspirations. A stick of incense is like a pure thought from within. It should be upright and steady. When lighting the incense, the smoke rises gently, as if carrying our wishes toward the heavens. At the moment of lighting, silently recite in your heart, "May this incense reach all Buddhas." Your disciple name sincerely pays homage today, wishing to purify the 3 karmas and plant the seed of Bodhi. When inserting the incense into the incense holder, ensure the tip faces upward and place it steadily so that it remains straight
and does not topple.
Generally, offering 1 stick of incense represents 1 pointed concentration, while 3 sticks symbolize precept, meditation, and wisdom. Avoid being greedy by offering too much and do not handle the incense with unclean hands, as this not only shows disrespect to the Buddha but also contradicts the true purpose of making offerings. Step 6. Bowing with proper mindfulness. Many people rush through their bows, treating them like a task to be completed, without realizing the profound meaning behind each act of prostration. The standard way to bow is with the 5 points of contact, both knees, both elbows, and the forehead touching the ground. This gesture symbolizes the complete surrender of our entire being to the Buddha, fully dedicating our hearts to him. As you lower your body, visualize in your heart that your arrogance and selfish attachments are let go with this bow. When you rise, envision your heart turning toward the Buddha, filled with a longing to learn his ways. Each such prostration will be deeply imprinted in your eighth consciousness, becoming a seed for future enlightenment. You may also silently recite the Buddha's name while bowing, allowing each prostration to resonate with the Buddha's name and immersing your body and mind in this sacred atmosphere. Step 7. Making sincere vows. Bowing to the Buddha is by no means a transaction where we seek to exchange our prayers for certain conditions. Instead, it is an opportunity for spiritual practice and making vows. You can sincerely say to the Buddha in your heart, disciple vows to cultivate compassion and kindness, practice diligently and tirelessly, wish for all sentient beings to be free from suffering and attain happiness, and aspire to develop the Bodhi mind and walk the path of a bodhisattva. Such vows not only accumulate our merits, but also clarify our direction in spiritual practice. What delights the Buddha most is not what you ask from him, but the vows you make. The greater the vow, the greater the blessings we receive. The purer the vow, the faster our path of cultivation progresses. The 8th step is making offerings to the field of merit. After paying homage to the Buddha, if the temple has a donation box or an offering table, you may make offerings according to your circumstances. Offering is not an act of charity, but a form of generosity, a way for us to plant seeds in the field of merit. Offering a stick of incense, a flower, or a cup of water, these seemingly insignificant items actually represent your pure heart. Especially offering a lamp before the Buddha carries profound symbolic meaning, representing the light of wisdom. When you light a lamp, make a vow in your heart, wishing that both yourself and all sentient beings may behold the light of the Dharma, dispelling the inner darkness of ignorance. If your financial capacity is limited, it does not matter. Even offering a single blade of grass or harboring a pure thought is sufficient. In the Dharma, the heart is what matters most. As long as your heart is sincere, the merits gained are immeasurable and boundless. The 9th step is circumambulating the Buddha and dedicating the merits. If the hall is not crowded, you may circumambulate the Buddha. The act of circumambulation symbolizes our reverence and unwavering devotion to the Buddha. While circumambulating, you may silently recite the Buddha's name and visualize the Buddha's light shining upon you, purifying your body and mind. After circumambulating, bring your palms together and silently recite in your heart, "May the merits of this act of homage be dedicated to all sentient beings, that they may attain liberation. Together, may I swiftly attain enlightenment and deliver all sentient beings." Dedication is a form of generosity imbued with wisdom. Through dedication, we extend the merits of our practice to benefit all beings. Our merit will not be confined to ourselves alone. Instead, we hope all sentient beings can benefit from it. Such merit is like the ocean, boundless and inexhaustible. Finally, the 10th step is to depart respectfully. When leaving the Buddha hall, never turn and walk away abruptly, as this is highly disrespectful. Instead, take 3 steps backward, each step slow and steady, with your hands joined in prayer. Once again, offer a final salute to express your reverence to the Buddha before slowly turning to leave. When departing, remember to take any trash you may have generated, keeping the temple clean and tidy. Inside the temple grounds, avoid loud noises, running, or playful disturbances, allowing this serene sacred space to maintain its atmosphere of tranquility and dignity. At first glance, the entire process of paying homage to the Buddha may seem intricate, but in reality, it is filled with opportunities for wisdom and cultivation. Each step is a checkpoint for subduing our afflictions, each moment a chance to align our hearts with the Buddha's, and each visualization a skillful means to transform our karmic obstacles. From today onward, let us no longer pay homage casually. Instead, let us approach it with reverence, wisdom, and compassion, making every act of worship an awakening in our lives. If you were previously unaware of the proper steps for paying homage, do not blame yourself, for the Dharma is the most compassionate. Mistakes can be corrected, and the process of correction is itself a form of practice. If you are willing, you can now plan a visit to a temple in accordance with the Dharma. Follow the 10 steps you have learned today, allowing your body, speech, and mind to be thoroughly purified before the Buddha. From this point on, embark truly on a path of practice that is stable, clear, and full of strength.